I don't know. It's a pretty even match right now because Def here has the bigger army size right now. Not compared to game 2, which is kind of the opposite because I remember that megsyo has a bigger army before, but right now megsyo is the one who's going for tech, and megsyo is the one, I mean Def is the one who's going for those gateway units. As we see this Nexus about to be completed, and he's not really making any more of these gateways. I'm pretty surprised about that. As we see the fourth one going down for Megsayo here. So finally Megsayo getting that observer that he needed to scout out that observer that Def has in his base. And we see the charge being researched right here by Megsayo, and those zealots gonna be dragged down the bottom, but Megsayo here, this is not gonna let that, because those zealots are just gonna be ripped apart easily by those stalkers at the bottom of his ramp. As we look at the production tab, charge, I mean legs here, being researched by Megsayo, it might be his good advantage for him, especially he only has, I mean he has most zealots. So look at the production unit tab right now, he has 16 zealots as to 19 stalkers for Def, which I'm not sure which is better, but right now it's looking pretty good in favor of Def. Looking at all those units, it's pretty scary. As we see, this Nexus here is gonna be harvested, not being saturated to the fullest, and Def here needs to move some of his probes to the other side, but I don't know, he must be focusing on a lot more units, a lot more stuff than he really noticed anything at all. As we see, both armies getting bigger and bigger and just waiting for the clash to happen. Again, Def here has the advantage because he has the high ground vision. And where is that observer? I guess that observer got taken out, and Daisy army size are just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, that my computer can't really keep up with any of the action right now. And what's happening here? There you go. Those stalkers being pushed out by Megsayo stalkers and Immortal. And Immortal is really scary. Finally, Megsayo seeing that observer of death and finally getting rid of it. That's a good job by him. It is actually time for him to push anytime soon now because he is about to be overrun, and he's gonna be about to be run out of minerals and gas pretty soon. I'm pretty sure about that. I'm gonna give it like 5 more minutes before he runs out of gas and minerals completely. As we see more units here being warped in, gateway units at least, being warped in by Megsayo. I guess it's a good time to go for those stalkers. I mean, those Colossus for Megsayo right now, but he does not want stalkers. He just wants immortals, and immortals do tons of damage, especially versus armored, which it does 50 damage. So stalkers are gonna be like 4 shots and they're dead. So yeah, that's really gonna hurt Def here and his units. But we see 6 gateways right here for Def right now. Let's look at the production tab and see what we're gonna do. And finally, robotics bay going down for Def. So he is gonna be making more Colossus in this game, which really turned pretty good, worked out pretty good in game 1 of this matchup, which I remember it was in the Selnaga Caverns, so it was pretty effective of it, and it's pretty good matchup as we're just waiting for them to clash right now. You guys should remember that this is game 5, 3-1 right now, the standing in favor of Def, and one more win for Def is gonna allow him to take home that 1500 peso prize, which is a pretty sweet deal if you ask me. That's like a week's worth of job, a week's worth of hours of work job in the Philippines, or in my, I don't know, I'm not really sure. Has the Philippine money went up recently? I don't think so. As we see a warp prison being made here by Megsayo, I'm not sure if that's the smartest idea. He is gonna go for a drop right here at the back door of megsyo of Def right here. And it's actually pretty good because he doesn't have really any units in his base. But he does have this Colossus coming up pretty soon, and just a little bit of chrono boost in that is gonna be working. But megsyo here, he's not gonna be able to land. Now, for Zealots, he's gonna have a hard time finding a good spot to land at. As we see Def here is gonna be able to see that Warp Prism, and he should have just loaded a couple of Stalkers to just land in this high ground, so that he would be able to shoot down on those forces at the below. But unfortunately he didn't. As we see thermal lens being researched one more time by Def is pretty good. And also Protoss level 1 units, armor, weapons, my bad. He's gonna be researching level 1 weapons for his units. That's megsyo, that is. And we are gonna see finally this drop gonna be happening. 4 Zealots gonna be harassing this mineral line of Def, which is gonna not really gonna do much, as we see 8 Stalkers here gonna be cleaning up that mess that megsyo landed in his base. So a second robotics facility is gonna go up for Def. As we see, this first Colossus is up and running, and is gonna be able to harass that high ground if Def wanted to. And someone's pinging over here. I'm not sure who's doing that. And we see megsyo here running out of gas. Wow. So I guess the spectator is telling megsyo to expand on this island expansion over here, but I guess he's not gonna be able to do that. And we are gonna see the clash over here. It's just gonna be the end for megsyo. Oh, shields going down, force fields going down. Those Colossus is gonna survive, and Immortals just gonna be taking out those Stalkers pieces by pieces, as force fields are gonna be placed very well by Def, allowing that Colossus to attack those Stalkers and Zealots from afar, not being attacked at all. And it is gonna be one-sided one more time. Def here having a big advantage in army count, as those Zealots are gonna be charging in through that Stalker line, but those Immortals are gonna be doing a lot of damage to that unit composition of Def. And the second Colossus is gonna be coming up for Def. megsyo is not really looking good, but he still has that force Immortals right there, and he's gonna be the only saving grace for him right now. It's gonna be what's gonna be saving him, but it doesn't really look good. It's gonna be going down really soon. One more Immortal going down, the second one goes down, and there's no more Immortals for megsyo, and it's gonna be it. megsyo slowly fading away. It's not gonna be looking good for megsyo right now. It's gonna be over. It's it. He is out of the game. It is GG, ladies and gentlemen. What a game, what a series. So, in the end, Def is our champion of the first monthly Philippine online tournament for Starcraft 2. He's gonna be taking home the moolah, the 1500 pesos, and he's gonna be a happy camper. And he is just amazing. These games are just pretty amazing. He did a good job containing megsyo in his one base and didn't really allow him to expand. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys enjoy this series, and go Pinoy, keep playing.